courtroom was completely silent, with tension hanging in the air like a heavy cloud. Bianca and Gustavo sat on opposite sides of the room, separated by a long table and the impartial gaze of the judge. Bianca, a woman in her 40s, held herself with poise, though her eyes betrayed a mix of pain and determination. Gustavo, on the other hand, appeared comfortable, dressed in an impeccable suit and exuding confidence that bordered on arrogance, though his restless fingers betrayed a hint of unease. The hearing was to formalize the end of a 15-year marriage. Bianca was there not just to seek justice, but also to gain recognition for the role she had played in the life of the man who was now leaving her for another woman. From the earliest days of their relationship, when Gustavo had been nothing more than a dreamer with no resources, Bianca had dedicated herself entirely to helping him build the future he so desperately wanted. She had invested everything, her savings, her energy, her career. She worked long hours, supported the household, and still found the strength to support Gustavo in his academic journey and the early stages of his business. All the success he had achieved, Bianca knew, was rooted in their shared effort. But over time, Gustavo had changed. The grateful, ambitious dreamer she had married had become someone cold and self-centered. When success finally arrived, he decided he no longer needed her. The betrayal was the hardest blow. While Bianca took care of the house and their relationship, Gustavo was involved with another woman, someone who had never endured the sacrifices and struggles they had faced together. Now he claimed their marriage no longer worked, but Bianca knew it was merely a convenient excuse to justify his decision to replace her. The judge listened attentively as Bianca shared her story, detailing the years of sacrifice and dedication. On the other side, Gustavo tried to diminish her words, arguing that his success was solely the result of his own efforts. He rolled his eyes and kept a defensive tone, but he could not completely hide his discomfort with the truth Bianca was exposing. Throughout the hearing, it became evident to the judge that Bianca was not seeking revenge. She was simply seeking justice, a recognition that her contribution had been fundamental to Gustavo's success. And based on the evidence and her testimony, there was no doubt that her claims were legitimate. The decision was clear. Bianca would be entitled to 50% of the assets acquired during the marriage. The judge emphasized that her sacrifices could not be ignored, and that, without her support, Gustavo likely would not have built the wealth he now possessed. When the hearing concluded, Bianca stood up with dignity. There was relief in her expression, not just because of the outcome, but because she finally felt she had been heard. As she left the room, she cast one last glance at Gustavo, not with hatred, but with serenity. She knew that from that moment on, she could move forward with her head held high, having regained something he could never take away from her, her dignity.